Namaste all. This is Hussein Alam, chemistry faculty. Today I am going to explain the most important chapter in the NEET point of view or the mains or advanced point of view. Okay, nearly 30% of the bits will ask from the organic chemistry. This organic chemistry had divided into two parts: organic chemistry 1, general organic chemistry part 1, and general organic chemistry 2. Okay, here under the first part will be study whatever the basics. Okay, in the second part regarding some in depth will be goes. Okay, in the general organic chemistry part 1, what will be study that what is the need of studying this organic chemistry. So generally whatever the medicines, whatever the compounds we are utilizing in the daily life, maximum those are made up of organic. So what is meant by organic? First, organic chemistry, it is like a it is a very vast in the total chemistry. Separately organic chemistry is having the very lot of importance, and it is a very valuable, and it is the more or most important in the exam point of view. Okay, now so here organic chemistry, what is meant by organic? Okay, so first of all, generally we are seeing the nowadays we are using the word organic vegetables, organic things. What is meant by organic? Organic is just is the olden definition. It has a two definition: olden definition and modern definition. According to olden definition, so organic, first this definition is said given as the compounds which are obtaining from the living things, organisms. Okay, now organic is derived from the word organisms. Organism is nothing but living thing. Living things are which one? Plants and animals. So the compounds which are obtaining from the plants or animals are called organic compounds. Okay, now so these organic compounds, the classification first given by Lemery. Okay, Nicholas Lemery had classified these all available compounds into mineral origin, okay, now plants origin and animals origin. Okay, now animals origin. Okay, and later in the year of 1815, so here Berzelius, okay, now Berzelius has classified that means he said that the compounds, organic compounds obtaining from the plants and animals, the organic compounds, that means which are obtaining from the plants and animals, are having the similar composition. Composition is nothing but chemical formula. So which are obtaining from the plants and animals are having the similar composition. And he had given that one theory that is called vital force theory or vitalism. So what is the vital force theory? According to Berzelius, so any living things such as the plants or animals, due to some metabolic or catabolic reactions, some kind of the mysterious force can be present. Due to that force, the compounds are producing or forming. So the force is called vital force. Okay, now so the compounds which are obtaining from the living things are called organic compounds. Okay, now however, in the year of 1828, one of his student, Berzelius students, Frederick Holler had prepared that organic from the inorganic compounds. Inorganic compounds, organic. So here the inorganic compound on heating, that is the inorganic compound is ammonium cyanate. On heating, rearrangement is taking place and urea is formed, that is the NH2CO NH2. This is the urea and this is the ammonium cyanate. Ammonium cyanate. Here ammonium cyanate is the inorganic, urea is the organic. So what is meant by inorganic here? Inorganic is nothing but the compounds which are obtaining from the non-living things, such as the rocks, okay, or minerals. So ammonium cyanate is the inorganic compound and urea is the organic compound. Before this theory, that means before Frederick Euler believed that, which one? That means up to Berzelius. So Berzelius said that which are obtaining from the living things. But here, once the Euler had prepared that urea, that is the organic compound, from the inorganic substance or compound, this vital force theory has ignored, because here he said that only from the living things, but Euler proved that not only from the living things, but also can prepare from the inorganic, means from the non-living things also. Okay, now again in the year of 1845, Kolbe had prepared that acetic acid, C6H12 acid, from its elements. Means by taking only elements he had prepared that acetic acid. And in the year of 1856, Berthelot has prepared that methane. So from this synthesis too, I means Euler prepared the urea, and here Kolbe prepared that acetic acid, Berthelot prepared that methane. That means by taking the elements or from the non-living things, they prepared that organic compounds. Okay, now that's here the definition has completely modified. So the modern definition, we can see that organic chemistry. Okay, now organic chemistry can be defined as the branch of chemistry which deals the study of carbon, which deals the study of hydrocarbons and their derivatives. So this is a modern definition. Old definition is which one? Organic compound is nothing but which is obtaining from the living things. Organic chemistry is nothing but the compounds which are obtaining from the living things. But modern definition is the branch of chemistry which deals with or which studies, okay, na, the hydrocarbon and their derivatives. Hydro and carbon. Then what are the derivatives here? Derivatives means here carbon can be combined with hydrogen, can be combined with nitrogen, phosphorus, and then can be combined with oxygen, sulfur, and can be combined with halogen such as the fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Mainly carbon is combining with these elements. Okay, now carbon and hydrogen only present, the compound is called hydrocarbon. Along with carbon, hydrogen, remaining any element is present, that is called derivative of the compound. So according to modern definition, the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of the hydrocarbons and their derivatives is called organic chemistry. Okay, here first prepared that organic compound is urea from the inorganic compound, that is the ammonium cyanate, by Euler. That's why here Euler is considered as the father of organic chemistry. Okay, right. So in the organic chemistry, so which compounds will be studied? Okay, now which compounds will be studied? Mainly, as we discussed, that carbon and its compounds. So first of all, carbon. Okay, now so here only carbon and its compounds is separately we are studying under the organic chemistry. Why only carbon and its compounds? Then what about the remaining 117 elements? So total 118 elements are available. So in that carbon and their compounds carbon and their compounds one side, remaining 117 elements and their compounds are one side by keeping. So here carbon and its compounds are greater than remaining 117 elements and their compounds. That's what separately one branch is allotted for only carbon and its compounds, that is called organic chemistry. Okay na. So how it is forming alone carbon, how it is forming some millions of the compounds it is forming, how it is possible? So that you can be see that first of all atomic number of the carbon is 6. Its electronic configuration can be right 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So 1 is the K shell, 2 is the L shell. So shell containing how many? 4 valency electrons. So it belongs to 4a group in the periodic table, 4a group. Okay na. So carbon family. And here according to Lewis, which are having the 8 valence electrons, those are the more stable. So it is having only 4 valence electrons. So Lewis symbols you can write 1, 2, 3, 4. Then here carbon, to get that 8 electrons or getting the stability, it has to gain the 4 electrons. So here carbon is having the 6 protons inside the nucleus and 6 electrons. First cell containing the 2 electrons, second cell containing the 4 electrons. So 6 protons, 6 electrons are there. So to get the stability, how many electrons it has to get? More 4 electrons, because only 4 valence electrons are there. 2 valence electrons are in the first cell, next 4 valence electrons are in the second cell. So that's what here need to gain the 4 electrons, gaining of 4 electrons. So carbon gains the 4 electrons, it can be converted into C-4 carbide. So here gaining of that 4 electrons, suppose if gains that 4 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, here total how many electrons? 6 plus 4, 10 electrons will be. But protons are 6 only present in the nucleus. 6 protons cannot hold the 10 electrons. That's what carbide C-4 cannot be formed. C-4 cannot be formed. Then it can be loses the 4 electrons. Suppose it is having the 4 valence electrons. If it is loses the 4 valence electrons, then what will happen? It will be gets that stability of the neon. So 2 electrons, it will be get the stability of the neon. That means second cell will be disappear. So to lose this, that means carbon to losing 4 electrons, C plus 4. Okay now, here to lose the 4 electrons, it is not a easy thing, because 6 protons are present inside the nucleus. It can lose the 1 electron, 2 electron, but losing 3, 4 electrons requires the huge amount of energy. That's what here losing of 4 electrons also not possible. That's what carbon cannot form the C-4 and cannot form the C plus 4. Okay now, then what it can be do? So simply sharing of electrons, sharing of the electrons. So whatever, suppose here hydrogen is available, it can be shares, equal contribution, mutual sharing of electrons will be takes place, result in the formation of covalent bond. We know that in the chemical bond you can be discuss that which one, by transfer of electrons ionic bond can be formed, by the sharing of electrons covalent bond can be formed. Carbon is can form ability to form the covalent bonds. Okay now 4, why it is forming? So it has the 4 valence electrons. So with 4 single or monovalent atom it can be shares. Okay now. So here one more point, electronegativity of the carbon is 2.5 and carbon is a non-metal. Okay now. So here carbon and its compounds are called organic chemistry. So here some of the compounds are there, like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, carbonate, bicarbonates, okay na, cyanate. So these are not organic, these are the inorganic compounds. Why these are not considered as the inorganic compounds? So here previously said that the compounds of the hydrocarbon, that means here carbon hydrogen bonds will not be present. Okay now, that's what here these are not considered as the not the organic compounds. Exception cases, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, bicarbonate ion, carbonate ions, cyanate, Previously we have seen that ammonium cyanate. Cyanate is an inorganic compound. Cyanate to organic compound, urea, NH2CO, NH2. Okay na? Right. So these are the exception cases. Except these compounds, remaining all other compounds are considered as the organic compounds, because the carbon is combination with some other atoms like hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, phosphorus. Okay. Right. So here alone carbon is the ability to form the millions of the compounds. The reason behind this is, so it can be discussed now. That is called the versatile nature of the carbon. Versatile nature of carbon. So here carbon valency is 4, that is called tetravalency. Tetravalency, that means it can form that 4 bonds, 4 single bonds. Okay na, with the same atom, 4 single bonds with the same atom. Like you can take that carbon is bonding with hydrogen. All atoms are single atoms, that means the same kind of the atom. Okay na, so whatever the atom will be, take that 4 single bonds, only single bonds we are discussing, with different atoms. With different atoms. Now I will be modify this. Suppose here chlorine, here fluorine, okay na, here bromine, and here hydrogen or iodine. I can be keep that. So forming the single bond between the same kind of the atom or different kinds of the atoms. And second one is the catenation power. Catenation is nothing but self-linking nature, self-linking property. How the carbon can form the millions of the compounds? So due to these reasons, the versatile nature of the carbon. One is the tetravalency. Okay na. Second one is the self-linking property. That means carbon can be self-linking. So that can be the n number of the compound it can be forms. N number of atoms can be self-linkage property of the an element to give the long chain like structure is called catenation. And the third one is isomerism. Okay na, same, the compounds having the same chemical formula, but different physical or chemical property, physical and chemical properties. Okay na, physical and chemical properties. For example, you can see that C2H6O, it can be formed that CH3OCH3. Okay na, or CH3CH2OH. If you see that here compounds are, that means having the 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms, 1 oxygen atom. In this also 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms, 1 oxygen atom. Okay na, this is the ether. Okay na, general formula ROR can be right. This is the alcohol. See that having the same chemical formula but different physical and chemical properties are called isomers, and the phenomena is called isomerism. Okay na. And fourth one is forming the multiple bonds. So multiple bond means it can form the 4 single bonds. Or 2 double bonds. Between the 2 double bonds, like C double bond C, like this. Okay na, like this. And 1 triple bond and 1 single bond. 1 triple bond and 1 single bond, like this. So this ability, and also can form that ring compounds, rings like cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, like this. So due to these 4 reasons, alone carbon can form the millions of the compounds. That is due to tetravalency, means valency is 4. Okay na. Catenation, self linkage property of an element to give the long chain like structure is called catenation, isomerism, the compounds which are having the same chemical formula but different physical and chemical properties. Okay na, in the organic chemistry part 2 we will be discuss more about that, that means isomerism. Okay na. Next one is here forming the multiple bonds. So carbon can form the 4 single bonds with the same atom, 4 single bonds with the different atoms, or it can form the 2 double bonds. Okay na, 2 double bonds, or 1 triple bond, 1 single bond it can form. So by this nature all, so a numerous number of innumerable number of the compounds can be formed alone by the carbon. Okay na, suppose here fourth group element phosphorus also is there, but cannot form that more compounds like carbon. Catenation power will not be, isomerism will not occur, so cannot form that multiple bonds. So due to this reason, so only one element in the total periodic table available till now the elements, so that is the only carbon that can form the millions of the carbons. So that's why separately one branch is allotted for only carbon and their compounds. Okay, and that is called organic chemistry. Okay, right. So then how can we draw the structure of the compounds? So here structure, क्या है structure of the compounds. Here structure can be write Lewis or dot structure, Lewis structure or dot structure. Second one is the this is also called as dash structure or complete. One is the Lewis structure, dot structure, dash structure, or complete structure, and the second one is the condensed structure. Third one is the bond line structure, bond and then line structure. Fourth one is the three-dimensional structure. Okay now, first one is Lewis structure or dash or complete structure. Suppose here while drawing the structure you have to remember for only one main thing, that is the valence of the carbon is 4. That must be satisfied. That means whenever the carbon you have to written, the valence will be must be 4. Okay now, suppose here it can be write that alcohol CH3 CH2OH. Okay now, so here 2 carbon atoms will be right. Okay now, around this will be write that valency 4, and here except heteroatoms are nothing but other than carbon, hydrogen, like nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, oxygen. Again, these are called heteroatoms. If heteroatoms are there, we have to represent, and the remaining the carbon must be 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 must be, see that it satisfies with 4 bonds. Okay now, here Lewis dot structure or complete structure dash structure is nothing but here Lewis dots oxygen valency is 6, means 6 valency not valency 6 valency electrons are there. So out of the 6 valency electrons, 2 electrons are bonded with 1 electron with hydrogen, another electron with carbon. Okay now, here each one is carbon is having the 4, this also having the 4. Okay now, so those are combined with some other atoms to get the stability. Here Lewis structure, dot structure, dash structure is nothing but the bond will be referenced, the bond that is indicating that combination of the 2 electrons. Okay now, so this is the Lewis structure or complete structure or dash structure. Next one, condensed structure. So this one we can be shortened. So here 2 carbon atoms will be right. Around this carbon atom 3 hydrogen atoms are there, CH3. Around this CH2OH. So this one you can be right like this, CH3 CH2OH. So here the bonds can be decreased. That means decreased is nothing but we can be eliminate, abbreviated this CH3 instead of 3 bonds we removed and we have written the CH3. We removed the 2 bonds and we have written the CH2, and OH, the OH bond also not represented. So the complete structure can be shortened, that is called condensed structure. Okay now, suppose the carbon compound is containing like this CH3 CH2 CH2 CH3 like this. So here same identical groups are there, though we can be write as a subscript number. So CH3 CH2, how many are there? 2 are there. So here we will be write 2 and CH3, that is called condensed structure. Next one is bond line structure. So here butane is there, 4 number of carbon atoms. So this butane we can be write a bond and a line. So here like this in the zigzag manner will be right. Okay, now if you write slightly means that is indicating the only one bond. So here the terminal, this is indicating that CH3 groups. Terminal indicating that CH3, and the joined, that is indicating based on the valency. That means if any other atoms are there, then hydrogen number will be decreased. So that's what you will be write like this. Okay, now it's not N. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Each corner representing that one CH bond or CH2. Okay, double bond in order means CH2. Okay, now double bond is means that automatically the number of hydrogens will be decreases. Okay, now pentane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hexane 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this we can be write number of n number of the bonds can be. That is called bond line structure. Okay, now next three-dimensional structure. Three-dimensional structure is nothing but, suppose you can be take that methane. So that is the CH4 formula. This CH4 you can be write like this. Generally we are writing like this. Okay, now in this three-dimensional is nothing but in the 3D manner. So here we can be reference that one of the bond is nearer to the observer. So he is observing, that is nearer, that is called solid edge. Okay, now the bond, the atom which is nearer towards the observer, the atom which is nearer to the observer, that is called with reference with the solid edge. Okay, now and the bond or the hydrogen atom which is far away from the observer, that is reference with dash structure. Okay, now dash edge. Okay, so this is the structure of 3D module, 3D structure. So which one? Suppose the bond is nearer to me, so that is represented with a solid edge bond, and this dotted one, that is indicating that is for the bond, that means the compound, the atom or molecule that is far away from the observer. Then what about these lines? The lines are indicating that those are in the plane of the paper. Okay, now so this is the 3D structure. So 4 types of the representations, so we can be draw the structures for the organic compounds. That is the Lewis structure, dot structure, or dash or complete structure. Second one is the bond condensed one. Third one is the bond line. Fourth one is the 3D structures. In the coming video we can be discuss about the hybridization and then classification and nomenclature. Thank you.